Hi, my name is Leonie, and I do custom designs by Leonie. And I want to welcome you to our channel today. We have made cluster bracelets, and now we are going to make straight bracelets, what I call a straight bracelet, because it's not with clusters. It's going to be one bead followed after the other bead. And we're going to do the same technique, though. We're going to take our stretchy cord. We're going to wrap it around our fingers 3 times so that the cord is around, same as the others, about 16 to 18 inches. You really don't need that much, but it's easier to cut it off than it is to try to add it. So please just make a note that you want to use your cord. This cord is, just a moment, I'll measure it for you. It's around 24 inches long. So we're going to tie our knot, just like we did for our cluster bracelets on our previous videos. You're going to go inside your circle 3 times. And on the 3rd time, you're going to have to find that center place on your knot that you're tying. And you're going to take your stretchy cord and you're going to place it through one of the middle knots that you've previously done. Very important. Sometimes this stuff can be very contrary, so bear with me. Remember at the end of our video today to subscribe to us and leave us any questions you might have about the project that we did today. If you have tried this project and you have ideas to make it easier and better, please include those. We don't turn down any good information that might help our viewers to have a more successful project. So your ideas and suggestions mean a lot. Okay, I've got a knot tied in the bottom of our stretchy cord, and we're ready to start our first bead. Now on this particular bracelet, I'm going to be using beads that look like this. They're black and white. They come on a string like this, but it's filament. So it doesn't matter if they come off, but you still probably should not take them all off at one time. I think it's better to take them off a little bit at a time so that if you've got a pattern that you like, there's no sense in tearing up that pattern when we're just starting. Okay, this is a bead palette board. Now, normally you would use this board to make a necklace. Today, I'm going to use it to make a bracelet. But these bead palette boards are so versatile that you can do a lot of things in a lot of different ways and still incorporate this bead palette board. It's cut up into numbers, and if you were going to make a necklace, your pendant would start here and you would come around this way. If you're going to do a 22-inch necklace, it would start, you would come to this 11, because 11 and 11 is 22. If you're going to make a 24, you'll go to the 12, and so on. But for today, we're just using it as a board so that we can keep our beads intact. So the first thing I did is to tie it on one of these little black ones, because that's the one that's down here in the bottom. And then the next thing that was done is we're going to tie on a what I call a blingy bead. It's a big hole bead, but it doesn't matter when you're making a bracelet. It all comes together and you won't be able to tell. But the next thing you're going to do is you're going to feed that onto your stretchy cord, just like that. And it's almost going to cover up your first bead, but that's okay. It's not a problem. Okay, the next one we're going to tie on is another small one. And just a moment. Let me open up my beads. There we go. We're going to tie on another small one because that's in keeping with our pattern. Can you see your pattern here? Okay, we're going to do another small one. And these are very, very small. This is about a 4 millimeter. So trying to hold on to it's kind of difficult at times when you're trying to find that tiny little hole and you've got such a small surface to have to cover. The stretchy cord that I'm using tonight is made by Hildy and Joe. Hildy and Joe. It's a stretchy cord. This particular one is a Hildy and Joe stretchy cord. It's a fine uh, built piece, meaning that it's a 0.80 millimeter in diameter, and that's just the thickness of your stretchy cord. You can get this at any kind of hobby store, such as Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and probably Walmart, a dozen other places. Any place that has jewelry making supplies, you can find it there. Okay, we're going to carry on. And our next bead is going to be it kind of looks like a dome, and you're going to put that on. It's like that, and you're going to continue your feed process until you have all of your beads tied on. When I go to buy a string of beads, I go to the store that's near my home, which is Joann's, and I go through and I look at all the beads, and there's thousands of beads there. You look at all the beads, you pick out something that catches your eye that you might like to make, and you purchase that bead or that strain of beads. And you're going to get anywhere from a 7-inch to an 8-inch to, you can even buy your beads up to 15 inches when you find them. They're not hard to find. They're very easy. There is all kinds of places online that you can buy beads. Any bead store. I can't even think of one right now off the top of my head, but there's millions of them out there, and they all sell good materials. I've never been disappointed. We're going to continue to string this now until we get the entire process done, and we're going to tie this one off just like we did the other one. I've not used this pattern before, so I'm having to be very careful about what comes next. So just bear with me as I go through my bead process. Okay, we're all done now, and it's time to tie our project off. And we're going to take both of our ends like we did a while ago. Now, you remember when I first tied on here, I tied on and went ahead and made a knot. This time I am going to cut that out of my bracelet, and so that I have two ends that are completely workable. So you're going to go through your middle 3 times, just like we did before. And this time you're going to go through the middle again. And you go through here. I'll tell you a funny story about these beads. When I first started making beads back in the dark ages, no, I'm kidding, I'm not that old. But when I first started making beads, I didn't know really how to tie off. So a lot of my beads, when I'd get all through with them, and I'd be so proud of my project, and I would go in and show them to my husband, and I'd say, see what I made? And at the time I would turn a loose of it, when I turned the loose of it, all the beads came on the floor. And he said, well, that's nice. That's nice. I don't think he knew what to say, but I had the biggest mess of beads in the floor. And of course, if you've got ceramic floors, they go everywhere. So we got a good laugh out of that. And I learned that day that you don't turn loose of anything until it is finished. So don't make that same mistake that I did. But you want to tie this one just as tight as you did the first one. that we did earlier in the evening, the day. So tie your beads off, give it a good snug, but don't pull it so hard that you break it. Go back and put a little bit of play in your bracelet so that it'll be sure and fit. Because if you don't get it to where it'll fit good, then you're going to have some of your beads that are going to be, when you put it on your wrist, you're going to have a big old gap in your wrist. And you don't want that. You want to have something really pretty uh, that covers up your whole wrist. And these should be around 7.5 inches. That's the normal size of most women's wrist. So you want to at least do that. Now we've glued it, we've tied it. And one of my motto lessons in doing jewelry, especially bracelets, you do not cut the ends off until it has dried. I hang mine up to dry, and no, it will not fit a child. It will fit an adult. It would be too big for a child, and it would fall off the end of her or hit her fingers. To do a child, we would have to use these size beads that are this, if you can see that. It'd be that tiny bead, that tiny black bead. We'll make some children's beads later on in another video, but right now I'm going to try this on and let you see how nice it fits. So you cut the excess line after your bracelet has cured overnight. I would not suggest cutting it. Well, it shouldn't take but about maybe 5 to 6 hours for it to cure if you're making them during the day. But I like to make mine and let it cure at least 5 to 6 hours before I go to cutting on it. That just gives me the satisfaction and the what I need to have to know that they're not going to break. If they sit up and cure real good, then they won't break. You can buy these beads at any Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Joann's, Michael's. These bracelets are very popular, and with everyone that I make, they don't last long. I'll be honest with you. So if you want this bracelet, you need to be very quick in letting me know that you want it, because these I don't buy but one of a kind type things. So you will want to get this as soon as possible. They are sold on my website, and that is www.beads, BEADS, the letter N, and baubles, bauble. That's beads in bauble.com. That's BEADS NBAUBLE.com. You can also find my jewelry located on Facebook, and it's Leonie Garman. That's how you find me on Facebook. Spell my name LEONE space GARMON. You will look up my name the same way on YouTube, Instagram. Appreciate you joining me tonight, and we look forward to the next time that we get together. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you think about our jewelry and also the time that we spend together. You're welcome to leave any feedback that you desire We're always learning new things along with you. Thanks again. Bye-bye.